Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make cabbage rolls. Well, not exactly. I'm going to call them deconstructed cabbage rolls because I'm the only person here that eats them. So I can't see going through the hassle of boiling that head of cabbage and taking the meat and putting everything together and then putting it in the oven to cook. So welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm going to show you how to make this all in one pot. I see I've left out the ground beef. I'm going to put that out in a second. But let me tell you what I have so far. I've got one head of cabbage. I'm using a shallot only because it's what I have. I do have an onion, but I'm going to go ahead and use the last of that. For seasoning and spices, I'm going to use some zesty Italian seasoning. I have 2 cups of rice. I have 1 can of diced peeled tomatoes. I've got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a tablespoon of butter that I'm going to saute the cabbage in. I've got 1 small jar of pizza apparatus sauce by Raoul's. Now that's what's going to make it spicy. You don't have to use that, but I'm eating this by myself and I like the spice. And if it's a little tight, I have some V8 juice. My mother always used tomato juice, but V8 juice, it has more vegetables. One way to sneak in some vegetables if you're feeding a family. I've got 1 clove of garlic, and I have some beef broth in case I need it to saute the cabbage. So let me put you guys on pause. I'm gonna get my cabbage washed and cleaned. Welcome to my channel. As I said, upload 1-2 videos a week, and I always include inspirational quote and include a controversial joke. So I'm gonna put you guys on pause. Let's get cooking. Okay everyone, I've put like a tablespoon of butter in this pan and I washed my cabbage. So this is getting hot and I'm gonna put that in there. Now if you know cabbage cooks down to almost nothing, and I'll be honest with you, this is 2 heads of cabbage. I didn't use all of each head. I'll show you. I don't use this rib part right here. I don't like that part, it's too thick. So that's why it took 2 full heads of cabbage just to get the nice little tender pieces that I like. So what I'm doing now, and I'm just going to saute this till it's cooked. I want it cooked well done. Now you can make this as a casserole and use everything raw. Do the cabbage raw and the ground beef and everything and the rice. My rice is pre-cooked, I forgot to tell you guys. But you'll need a lot more liquid and it'll be soupy because like I said, cabbage gives off a lot of liquid. So what I'm going to do is saute this cabbage and get this cooked down. I'm going to do this all in one pot. When I finish the cabbage, I'm going to transfer it out. And I'll put the ground beef in here and show you how I season that. So I'm going to put you guys on pause. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the cabbage up on high, and as you can see, it's cooking down to barely nothing. But that's what you want, because this will remove all the water out of it before you assemble this into a nice little casserole. That's why I'm calling it deconstructed cabbage rolls, because if you've ever made them, you have to boil the head first, peel off all the leaves, you have to take hamburger meat, season it, add the rice. You can add uncooked rice at that point, because it will go in the oven for a good hour covered with a lot of juice to simmer to cook the rice. But my rice is pre-cooked, so that cuts down on the cooking time. So I call this like another one of my weeknight meals. So I'm going to continue sauteing this till it's all the way cooked. I want it good and soft and tender. So I'll put you on pause for just a few moments. I'm going to add a little bit of beef broth to this just to help this cook along. This is not necessary, but something I choose to do. More flavor. And I have this on high because I'm not really seasoning the cabbage. I'm going to season the meat and everything else that goes with it. This takes about a good 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll put you guys back on pause and come back when it's completely cooked. Okay, I've got my cabbage cooked. That's what's left. And then I have ground beef, and the pot is already hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. And I'm gonna add the shallot that I cut up with that. And I'm gonna add the 1 clove of garlic that I minced with my garlic mincer. And this is where I'm gonna do most of my heavy seasoning. Now, if you're familiar with cabbage rolls, when they're the finished product, you can cut with a spoon. They're really, really soft and tender. So that's why I cooked my cabbage to that point, because they shouldn't be crunchy at all if you make cabbage rolls traditionally. And in the Polish community, they're served with mashed potatoes. We just had cabbage rolls, and I like them. I love them. I just haven't had them in years, and so I wanted some, so I decided to go ahead and make a deconstructed version because I couldn't see doing the work all just for myself because nobody else is going to eat this but me. So this is ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and get this sauteed and get this, all the pink is out of it, and then put it all together. Then we put it in the pan. I have my oven heated to 350. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. You know I have a great good joke for you guys. This dinner, start to finish, you should have this on the table in about an hour max, maybe hour 15. Let me put you guys back on pause and get this meat totally cooked, and then I'll be right back. I wanted to show you guys, this is 80-20 ground beef, and you see there is a lot of oil in that. So what I'm gonna do, as you see it's fully cooked, I'm gonna put you guys on pause, drain all that off, pull this together, then put it in the casserole dish, and then it'll go in the oven. Okay, I have that completely drained of all the oil. So this is where, I'm gonna slide that off for a minute. This is where I add the seasoning. I'm gonna add 1 full packet of the Zesty Italian. Now I do have all these herbs and spices in my cupboard, but I'm showing you guys a quick, fast, easy way to make this dish. I'm gonna use 1 can of diced tomatoes. I'm not gonna drain them. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. A lot of recipes call for vinegar. It's like a sweet and spicy type of situation, but I'm not using any vinegar. I'm gonna use the Arborata sauce. That's gonna make it spicy because I like the spice. So now I'm gonna cook that together. Then add some of the Arborata sauce. It depends on how my cabbage looks because I have quite a small amount. I'm gonna add the cabbage back in. It's basically just getting this all mixed together. I want it to cook together so you'll have all the flavors. And I have my V8 juice in case I need it. And it looks like I'm going to. And I need to add rice. Now I'm using cooked white rice. I'm gonna start with a cup and then go from there and see if I need more or less because I'm making such a small amount. But normally you would need a good couple cups of rice to make this if you were making this for a family. So I'm gonna start with 1 cup and see how that looks on the ratio. Yeah, so as you can see, I think 1 cup is enough for 1 pound of hamburger meat. And this is not enough sauce. So you could add beef broth. I'm gonna add some V8 juice because technically this is supposed to be cooked in the tomato broth if you were doing the authentic cabbage rolls. So I'm cooking that all together. I'm gonna add some more of the Arborata sauce. Like I said, you do not have to add this at all. This will make it very spicy. It has red peppers, cherry tomatoes, and regular tomatoes, a bunch of Italian spices in it. So that's why I chose it. And then I use the Zesty Italian pack. You could just totally use beef broth with this. So I'm still adding more tomato juice. So I want it to have something to cook in when I put it in the oven. So yeah, my oven's at 350 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera around and show you how I put this in a casserole dish, and we'll put this in the oven. Okay, so I'm using a glass dish and it's ungreased. I probably should spray it, but I'm not gonna spray it today with Pam. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. I think I gauged this perfectly. This is a 8 by 8, I believe, dish. And I'm gonna cook this uncovered. My oven's at 350 for 30 to 45 minutes. Like I said, everything is already cooked, so it's not like I'm cooking this to get the cabbage done or the rice or the ground beef like you would in a traditional cabbage roll. The ground beef goes in raw. A lot of people use raw rice, and the cabbage is raw. And you have to simmer it for at least an hour covered to make sure that everything is cooked. So I'm put you guys on pause, and like I said, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and come back. I have a great joke. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, there you have it, deconstructed cabbage rolls. And I wanted to tell you, during Passover for the Jewish community, this is a very common dish that they have. And I already stated that in the Polish community, it's always served cabbage rolls over mashed potatoes. and I checked it. You notice I didn't add any salt or any pepper because I told you the Alvarado sauce was heavy with red pepper flakes. And I checked it for seasoning. It didn't need any salt because of the chicken broth was salted. I didn't check that when I bought it instead of unsalted or low sodium. And I used canned tomatoes. So hear me out on this one. It's not really a joke. Okay, if you're a man and you got sunburn on your legs, have you ever thought about taking Viagra? Yeah, it doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off your legs. I know, isn't that sick as a nurse to say that? Who in the devil would take a Viagra because their legs were burnt? And if anyone's had sunburn, you know you can't have any clothes on or anything. Everything hurts. So anyway, thanks for watching. And like I said, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And come back for the next one. And God bless.